Before you want to go get a replacement part at the junkyard, I would always recommend pulling off the part that you want to replace. That way you fully know all what tools you're going to need and you completely know what you're doing, how to remove it, all that stuff, etc. So we're going to be getting Betty White going again today. I'm going to pull off this fender and then I'll see you on the road. Welcome to BodeVision. You heard? So what is up, guys, and welcome. Right now you're joining me in my truck. Obviously we're doing a little road trip from Orlando over to Cocoa. We found a 1988 Accord sedan. The fender is gonna work, so Betty White will finally be getting a new fender. Welcome to Cocoa. Man, so here we are. So just a short trip from outside of Orlando. I'm over here in Cocoa. Man, look at this old man. That thing is sweet. All this stuff, super cool, super old C10 over there. Super nice. There's an old 5.0 Mustang. And let's see, wouldn't you know it, for the Accord, Betty White, this is how you're gonna relive. This is what you're gonna be reliving through this old girl right here. The fender is it's in good condition. I can work with it. So now I gotta get this thing pulled off. Yeah, we are good to go. I'll see you guys back in Orlando. And just like that, Daddy's home, Betty. So this time around, fixing the car, I wanted to make sure that everything was done right. And what I mean by this time around, the last time when I got into the car accident and the car got hit on this side, insurance was involved, it was the other person's fault, and I just decided to get paid out and then take the money myself. And then this is, keep in mind, this was back 4 years ago. I didn't know what I know now. I didn't have the abilities that I have now. So back then I was okay with the lights just being up as long as the lights can be on and I can turn them on and off, but they had to stay up because they would bind up when they would go up and down, up and down. So I'm trying to get that addressed now, and I'm trying to get that figured out, and I'm trying to get this all squared away. I want the bumpers to line up correctly. I want it to look like the impact never happened. Now, part of fixing a car as well as part of building a car, like if you're doing a Ford or AK hatch, I kind of went along with this the entire way. The left side always has to be matching the right side. The cars are symmetrical, so if you know you have a good right side, you know you have a good left side. In the case of the accident, this side was not hit, and you see this gap right here, and this sits right on the bumper. There's this gap, it's about a finger's width. I measured it 3/4 of an inch exactly. But then over here, I was having the problem that you can see this bumper sits quite a bit lower, and I couldn't bend it. I tried and I tried, but I couldn't bend it far enough. I don't have enough heavy duty equipment over here. So what I did is, rather than trying to bend it more, I know this bracket right here has to be in certain relevance to the headlight, just matching it to that one. So what I did is I just put a bunch of washers right here. And if you don't have washers and you don't want to just keep stacking washers, what I did is I used a 14mm nut, and that worked just fine as a washer as well. So now my bumper should be sitting even on both sides. Just something to think about along the way. So after some fighting with Betty White, after tweaking Betty White's front, I had to make sure that it got real straight, real perfect. It still needs a little bit of work, but here's the moment of truth. This is what we've been waiting for. Let's see. Boom! As you can see, they don't come up at perfectly the same rate, but I can adjust that. There's just a little thing that I gotta spin to kind of tweak that, so I'll get into that. But ultimately, my goal was to make the lights work, make them functional, scream 1980s JDM with the flip-up lights, and that's what we accomplished. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I love when I finish a project. I like to just sit back and kind of look at it, kind of just take it all in. I'm so used to seeing this old beat up fender on here, so it's such a nice difference to see that fender on there. Here's the old one, 1980s crash. Never again with that fender. But anyways, you guys, so we're making great progress. I'm so thankful that I found this fender. Actually, I didn't find it. I want to give a huge shout out to my good friend Alex. Go follow them on Instagram. His wife's page is called The Queens of JDM. I believe they share a page, but I'll put all that information in the description below. They have great stuff on their Instagram page, so please go check that out. Again, thank you so much, Alex and your wife. I'm extremely appreciative for you sending me the link to this car that had the parts, and that's the car that I got over in Cocoa. That's what this whole video was about. So this video could not happen without you, Alex, and your wife. Thank you so very much for reaching out to me. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the third video in the 1988 Honda Accord old school JDM series. If you have not seen the first two videos, go check that out after this video, which is really in a couple seconds because we're wrapping up. So I don't know what's coming next. You're gonna have to subscribe to find out. So like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube.